Hi there, my name is Laura and I am a polyamorous knitter from Finland. As I'm still unable to knit because I have injured my wrist, I was thinking that I'd like to show you my garments that I've knit previously and talk about them a little bit. That's what I like about them and what I don't like about them and how they are fitting and something about the yarn maybe and stuff like that. I've been knitting garments for about a year and a half now, and I feel like I've learned a lot. And he's tickling me. Sinä siellä. What was I saying? Yeah, I've learned a lot because I didn't know anything about garment knitting before, and now I know something about what I like, what types of things I like to wear, and what kind of yarn I like, and what to do and what not to do. So, this is Karpalo. He's our cat. He's 2 years old. And his sister is somewhere around here, and she might come and say hello to you also. And Karpalo means cranberry. Yeah. I made a list of the garments that I have here at home. Some I have like given away, some I have knit for other people, or I knit for myself and then given them away because they didn't fit me well. But I've taken a little video snippets of everything that I have here, and I'm wearing them, and you can see what they look on me. And then I have some photos too. And the first garment that I knit for myself is this cardigan called Metsän Henki, and it is designed by Pirjo Ivonen, a Finnish knitwear designer. Metsän Henki means like the spirit of the forest or something like that. That was I'm still pretty proud of it because it was my first like big thing that I knit, and it had cables on it, and it wasn't that simple, but I wanted to make it, so I did, and I'm proud that I could make it, and I'm happy. I'm not wearing that so much these days because it is quite warm. It is knit in Drops Nepal, which is it Aran or bulky weight? Quite thick anyways, and it's warm, and it's too hot to wear it now. And also I have been thinking that I've been knitting a lot of blue things, and I don't really like blue. So I don't know why I have knit that much like with blue yarns. It might be because I like black, and often the blues are quite dark, so the darkness of the blues it might be what I'm going for, maybe. So the yarn, the colorway of this Metsän Henki is navy, so it is like navy blue, and the size I made was medium, I think, and I measured the circumference from the bust, and it is 110 centimeters, and as you can see, it is very A-line, so it is a lot wider in the hem. There are some issues about that garment. I think it doesn't fit that well around here. If I close the button that is in the most upper button, then it has this hole in here, so I don't like to wear it like that. But otherwise I think the fit is quite nice, but I don't like the blue yarn. And I think Drops Nepal is quite nice yarn, but I've come to realize that I don't really like Drops yarn that much, but Nepal is one of those that I like. But another thing is that it has alpaca on it, and I've learned that I'm allergic to knitting alpaca, so I won't be I'll try not to knit with alpaca yarns anymore, because I'll always get a rash on my hand. I have some here, but it's getting better now because I haven't been able to knit. But there is some alpaca in Nepal, so I have maybe 3 or 4 balls left of that I'll probably use somewhere, but I won't buy that anymore. Okay, the next one I have here is a hoodie that I made for Habibi. He's my husband, and he wanted a black hoodie, but there was this pattern that had this yoke. Karpala, voitko siirtää sitä pyllyä pois? Kiitos. The yoke thing, it's knit in, it's not stranded colorway, but it's mosaic knitting. So I chose, you can see the yarns, the colors I chose over there, and he doesn't like that. He's been wearing it a lot anyways, but he says that it looks like a ruffle, and that he's a ruffle knight, röyhelöritari in Finnish. But yeah, I knit that in Novita Isoveli, which is also a thick yarn, probably like bulky weight. I think it's like 70 meters per 100 gram or something. And the size was extra large, and the bust circumference was 109 centimeters. So I'm telling you this, and probably I'm like putting some info on the screen too, but I'm telling you these bust circumferences because this is one thing that I've been thinking about, that what kind of positive ease I like on me, and what type of garments. So that's why I tried that Habibi's hoodie on. And I think, well, it kind of fits me. It's large, but it's not supposed to fit me. It's for him, so it's okay if it's too big on me. But anyway. And then the third thing that I knit was a garment that I knit. That was my youngest son wanted a hoodie for himself. So I knit the similar hoodie, but I used Drops Nord, which is fingering weight yarn. So I knit I think it was the largest size, but like with thin yarn and thin needles. I knit that in 3.5 millimeter needles, and the bust circumference is 96 centimeters. And by the way, don't tell him that I put that on me, because he doesn't want me to touch his things. But I wanted you to see the thing that I made, and I think the size is quite okay for me, because I made the sleeves long. He is 14 years and he'll be 15 soon, and he has quite long arms, so I made the arms or the sleeves quite long, so I think that hoodie fits me quite well. So I have a 96 centimeter bust. That is, I'm trying to remember in inches, but is it like 48? No, 38 inches maybe. And so this hoodie has 0 centimeters of positive ease on my bust. So I think it fits me quite well. He's been happy with this hoodie. I named it Värikukkula because the original one, the pattern is keltainen kukkula, which means like the yellow hill. And then I made that black hill for Habibi and the colorful hill for Arni. Yeah, he's been wearing it quite a lot. Not at the summer so much, but because it's warm. Drops North also has a bit of alpaca and wool and something else, polyamide maybe. Yeah, I don't like that Drops North on myself because it itches me, and I don't know how he can wear it because he's really sensitive to a lots of things. But I think he wears it over a long sleeved shirt, so Karpalo is being silly there. Yeah, yeah, he's wearing it over so long sleeved shirt, so I think that it doesn't itch him so much. Yeah, the next one on my list is Vaaka cardigan by Anna Johanna, a Finnish designer, and it is knit in Filcolana Arvetta and Cilia, so mohair and merino. I knit the size large one, and the bust circumference is 104 centimeters. And I can wear it. I really like it, but since I've lost a bit of weight, I would like to have a smaller one. So maybe one with no ease at bust. But I think this has less ease, or the circumference is smaller than it should be in that size. So my gauge is probably off a bit. Yeah, I've really liked this cardigan. It is light, but it is still warm enough for the like cooler summer days in Finland or for the autumn, or you can wear it over another like woolly sweater in the winter. And yeah, I like this one, and I'm pretty satisfied with the yarn also. It has peeled a bit, but not too much on this project. Yeah, I think this is one of the ones I like the most of my knitted garments. And the next one is one also that I have worn a lot. It is Lento by Jonna Hietala, and I knit it in Sandnes Garn Tune Merino Wool and Knitting for Olive mohair, soft silk mohair I think. And it is just plain black, perfect for me. Although I feel it is a bit too big on me now. The bust circumference is 110 centimeters, so there is like maybe 14 centimeters of positive ease. I can work with that. It's not too much, but I'm probably gonna need a smaller one also. And I knit this in size 3. The next one is Kelosias by Jennifer Steingas. And I knit that in Ruskanlehti Polwart DK. And the size is D, which is like size 4. And the bust circumference is 108 centimeters. And I do feel it is a bit big on me. Yeah, I'd like it to be a bit smaller, but since it is that size now, it is. I'm not gonna knit it again. The color work is really beautiful, but you cannot see because I have this, the yarns are too low contrast. I bought the yarns online, so I didn't see them together before I got them. And I would like that beautiful yoke to be like more, so you could see it actually and not just see that there's something. But I do like the yarn. It has peeled a bit, not too much, but this is quite a warm garment, so I think it hasn't got that much wear, because I'm just, in the winter you have to have something underneath it in Finland because it's too cold otherwise. I usually have a thin merino shirt like as an underlayer with everything. And if you have that DK weight quite thick Polwarth garment, then I get too hot. And in the summers it is quite warm. But yeah, I'm still happy that I made that. But yeah, I probably won't make that again. I'll just wear it sometimes. And then the next one is the one I'm wearing now. This is Ranunculus by Midori Hirose, and it is knit in Nordic Yarn Helsinki, which was undyed, and I have dyed this. I dyed the yarn before I knit this Ranunculus, and then I have over dyed this with black because the colors pool a bit and I didn't like that, and it is darker now, so I like it more. There are quite a lot of issues with this yarn and this particular ranunculus, but I've learned a lot of things with this, because the first thing was that when I dyed the yarn, it felted because it is not superwash, and I didn't check that, and I didn't think of it at all. And when I was like, when I dyed it, it was just a felted like mass. But I salvaged it. I just wound it in a skein, but it was like I took all night, like all the evening and all the afternoon. And then when I knit this from the instructions of the pattern, and it was quite, I'll show you, quite short from here, and I don't like these cropped garments. Then I knit just maybe 10 centimeters more and made an I-cord here. And the other thing is that this has felted as I've been wearing it. I don't mind it. But it's not very beautiful, but I can still wear it. But the biggest problem with this is that it is too, I feel like it's too big, it's too loose. This was, I think, size 2, and it has 117 centimeters, the bust circumference. So there's a lot of positive ease, and I don't like that much positive ease. I made another ranunculus, and I made these adjustments. I knit it in smaller needles and the smallest size, so that was like more to my liking. But I've worn this a bit. I don't love it, but I can wear it at home. It's quite warm. Yeah. I'm gonna take a sip of tea now. The next one is another short-sleeved. It is Hinterland by Jennifer Sangas, and the yarn is Retrosarja Mondim, and the contrast color is Ruskanlehti Polvart. I really like the yarn. I don't like the fit. I knit it in size D, and the bust circumference of that garment is 110 centimeters. I think I made some modifications. First of all, it was supposed to be long sleeved, but I didn't want to knit that long sleeved. And then I did some waist, what is it called? Waist shaping. And I think the fit was quite okay for me at the time, but since I've lost a few inches of my body, like kind of all over, it's too big. I can wear it, but I feel like it's too loose on me. And what bothered me at the time when I got that done was the yoke, because I knit it maybe 2 times or 3 times, because it was too loose and I had to use smaller needles. Excuse me. And it's still too big, because I don't think that my shoulders are that much different size than now, or my upper bust area, and this is the yoke part is too loose. I think I should have knit smaller size at the time even, and just made the waist shaping like so it would fit my body better. But it is the yoke is beautiful. It is a really beautiful sweater, but the fit is not perfect on me. The next one is Black Moonstone by Veera Välimäki, and it is knit in alpaca breeze. So the yarn is really soft and fluffy, and yeah. And it is knit on big needles. I knit it on 6.5 millimeter needles. And the bust circumference is 106 centimeters, and the size was 3. I like the fit on this one. I like that the A-line thing, and it's quite long, but the problem with that was mostly with the yarn, because it is too soft, so there's no structure on that on that garment, and it pilled a lot at the beginning. Not anymore, so not so much as it did when I first got it done. and started wearing it. But yeah, but that's the problem with soft yarns. So I would like to knit this one with a different kind of yarn. I don't know what yarn, but something that has more structure. And yeah, but I've worn this a lot, but I've made some like modifications after I finished this one. So the sleeves like got shorter as I wore them. So I added maybe, I don't know how much, 10 centimeters maybe to the ribbing. And I think it's fine now. They're not too long now. I think that it's like it's maybe until it comes to here, the sleeve. But the hem was really weird because the pockets pulled the hem down, and then it was like, it wasn't straight. So I added like this, what do you call it, part, this part that is this shaped. I added to the back hem, and it was maybe a bit better, but it's not, I think it's a bit too long for me now, because it doesn't sit the same way as it did when I was a bit more curvy. But yeah, I still like that, and I wear it a lot at home, and it's just so soft and warm, and it feels lovely. But it's not like it's not a knit that you would like to show off your your knitting skills to anyone. But yeah, I still like it. The next one is The Weekender by Andrea Maury, and I have really mixed feelings about this one. The yarn is a Cascade 220, and I like that yarn a lot. It has peeled a bit, but it's okay. It's like soft, but still a bit rustic, and it feels okay even on my skin. I don't have to have like something beneath it, under it. So the problem with this one is that it is too big. There's too much positive ease. So it has 130 centimeters of the bust shaft circumference, and I knit it in size 3, so it is bigger than it should be, but it had maybe 25 centimeters of positive ease when I knit that, and that's what the pattern says that you should have, or what it recommends. But now it has like 35 centimeters of positive ease, or almost. So it is way too big on me, and I have added 5 centimeters to the back hem where there's the ribbing, and it looks a bit funny, but it's better now because it was kind of too short to be that oversized. Or it's not oversized because the sleeves are quite nice, I think. But I just don't know how to wear that kind of garment. So it has too much positive ease on me. But I really like the yarn. I really like the how the sweater is constructed. I like how it looks, but I just would like this one to be like 2 sizes smaller, and it would be size 1 then. And I've been thinking that, will I frog this? because I don't know if I want to knit it again in the same yarn, but I don't know if it gets anywhere, or actually I wear it at home, but I always think that it's not as good as it could be. So tell me, please, what will I do with this one? I could give it to someone. It's someone, if I would have a friend who would, that would be a better fit for, or who would like that. But I don't actually want to frog it, but this is the one that I've been thinking the most, that maybe I could just knit it again in a smaller size and in the same yarn. But I don't know what I'm going to do with that. The next one is my second lento, and that is by Onervainen also, of course. And the yarn I used was BC Garn Bio Shetland and Gedi fra Laura. So there's like this light fingering Shetland wool yarn and fluffy like alpaca fuzz with it. And this has the same amount of positive ease as the Weekender, and so it is also 130 centimeters. It is quite large, but I'm not gonna frog this one because the fluffy alpaca yarn is just, I'm not gonna frog that. It's too sticky. So this is the same size as my first lento, but it has like, let me check how much more positive is. 20 centimeters more positive ease. So it is quite big. I added 5 centimeters to the hem because it was too short, and then I added a thin elastic in the at the bottom end of the hem, so it's not flaring that much. But I kind of like using this one or wearing this one because it doesn't feel like it just stops like too soon. Maybe because I added some length to it, but yeah, I'll wear this. I have been wearing this, and it's been actually quite nice when it was some cooler summer days. So it is like airy but warm. It's not too hot. I am going to make another lento in the smallest size probably, which should be 96 centimeters on the bust, so it would have 0 centimeters of positive ease. But it might, because I have looser gauge. Yeah, but it wouldn't be that big anyway. But I would like to have a lento that is more fitted than the previous ones that I've made. Then there is Pavement by Veera Välimäki. I knit this in merino single that I dyed myself. And this has the bust circumference. Why is it such a hard word? The bust circumference is 100 centimeters. So it has like 4 centimeters of positive ease, and it is A-lined. So I think this fits me really well. Yeah, I've worn this sweater a lot when it was made in the autumn. So it was not autumn, in the spring. It has been like a spring or summer and autumn, like this light, thinner, flowy sweater. I really like that. And I think the size is just the right size for me. I'm really happy with that. Then I knit another cardigan that was by Sari Nordlund. It's sunnuntai, means Sunday, and the pattern calls for like fingering weight merino and silk mohair, but I was being like, I was thinking that it takes a lot of yarn because it is a long cardigan. I made it shorter, so it didn't take that much yarn, but anyways, it did. I needed, I don't know how much, but quite a lot anyway. And I wanted to get some more affordable yarn, and I got Drops Charisma for this, and I knit it in size medium, and the bust circumference, you know, is 110 centimeters. And first of all, I hate the yarn. I still have like, well, like 6 balls or something like that left of it, and I don't want to knit that yarn. It feels plastic or plasticky. It is wool, but it's super wash. I think the color is quite beautiful. It is like blue. Okay, here's the blue again, and but it has these like tweedy speckles or something like that are like teal and cherry colored. So the color is beautiful, but I don't like the feel of the yarn. I didn't like knitting with it. I don't like wearing it, and I feel it is too big on me, especially on the shoulders. I've been wearing this because it's the most basic cardigan that I have, so it's like a home cardigan for me. But every time I wear it, I'm just thinking, I don't like this. I want to give it away to someone. I want to knit like a million cardigans that I like or that I love. I don't want to like, I don't want this. But there was an important lesson that I learned from this, also about the size and about the yarn. Then let's go on to the summer knits. It's not been so long that since I've shown you this. The first one is Solstice by Rebecca Clow, and the yarn is Sadness Garn Line, and I think it was size 3, and the bust circumference is 102 centimeters, so it is a bit larger than the size should be, but I think it's okay. It fits me nice. It's nice and loose and drapey and flowy, and I really like this one. The only problem I have it's with this yarn, because it stretches out a lot, and when you wash it, it's more fitted, and when you wear it, the neck opening, wrong word probably again, but the neck stretches so it doesn't stay on my shoulder. But it's okay when it's summer and you have maybe, I don't mind if my like bra straps show. I don't think it's a disaster or anything. It's just natural that people wear underwear. So anyways, it's not such a big problem, but I will make more solstices, but not with this yarn. I want something that is a bit more structured. The next one is Ranunculus 2, my second Ranunculus, by Midori Hirose, and the yarn is Katia linen. Habibi came home, so I had to stop recording for a bit. But the yarn is Katia linen, and I like this yarn much more than the Sadness Garn Line. And I also like the color a lot, which is weird because it's yellow. But the bust circumference is the same as in the Solstity. It's 102 centimeters. And this time I made the size 1 and with 5mm needles. So I think the fit is just perfect. It is really nice. The next one is V-Back Tee by Jamie Hoffman, and this I knit in merino singles, different kinds of. Some was my own dyed, and some was Handu yarn, and some was Ruskanlehti, I think. The bust circumference is 100 centimeters. The size is 6, and this is just also a lot more bigger than it should be, if I remember correctly. Anyways, I think the fit could be a bit better. The sleeves are a bit weird. They are too big, I think, or too loose, and I would like to have it more fitted up here because it flares out on the hem, and I would like to knit it longer next time. So probably what I'll do is I'll knit a size smaller and knit it longer. So, but otherwise I think it's quite a nice pattern. And the next is the last summer knit of this summer, or last summer because it's already September. It was the Roman Holiday by Sari Nordlund, and the bust circumference is 96 centimeters, so 0 positive ease, and I think the fit is perfect, at least the circumference. I had to shorten the straps a bit because I felt that they were too long, but now I think they are fine. But as I shortened them, then the hem is like shorter too. So next time I'll just make shorter straps and longer hem. But I like this pattern and I like this fit. The yarn is Katia Tencel cotton. It's, I think, quite nice, very soft, a bit on the heavy side maybe, but it's okay. I think it was the practiced version of this pattern, so next time I'll do better. And the last one on my list today is The Junction by Andrea Maury, which is the most recent FO, and it is knit on BioBalance, that is BC Garn BioBalance, and the contrast color is Ruskanlehti Merino Sport. So I knit this in size 2, but the bust circumference is 104 centimeters, and that is what the size 3 should be. So I think it is a bit on the looser side on me, but it's still quite nice. I think the problem with this is the yarn. Well, it's not a problem, but a feature, because the yarn is 45% cotton and 55% wool, so the cotton makes it different than in the original pattern, so it affects the gauge and how it drapes and everything. So I really like that it's a really light sweater. It's really, it feels very nice on, and the fit is like not too bad, quite good, not perfect, but I would have liked the size 2, but I've learned that my gauge is totally different than Andrea Mari, and I usually have to take like whole millimeter size smaller needles than she, and probably even more, because in this one and in the Weekender, they both are significantly bigger than the size that I actually need, that the pattern says. So, but I need this one in 2.75 millimeter needles. So I don't, and I also used 2.5 millimeters and 2.25 millimeter needles. So I actually couldn't go much more smaller. So I guess I'll just have to be happy with this one because I'm not gonna need anything with like 1.5 millimeter needles, or at least a garment. Yeah, that was it. Then I've been thinking that what I have learned in this past 18 months and about the size thing, I have learned that I don't want that much positive ease. I don't want like 20 centimeters of positive ease, at least if you like take the measurement from the high bust. What I should do is take my measurement from the upper bust here, and then if I need, maybe make some bust darts, so more room for my breasts, or if it has a bit of positive ease, then I could make these waist shapings so it would fit me better. But I won't be making like 20 centimeters of positive ease. Maybe 0 to 10 centimeters is the perfect. And then if I want an oversized garment for myself, then it could have like 15 centimeters maybe. Yeah, that was about the size. And the yarn, I have learned that the yarn matters a lot. The fiber matters. If the pattern is originally knit with a certain type of yarn and or type of fiber like rustic wool or woolen spun, then it makes a big difference if you use worsted spun or cotton yarn or alpaca yarn, because alpaca drapes very differently from like rustic wool. And also I have to be mindful that I won't get any more alpaca yarn because my hands won't tolerate it. So these things I have to be mindful of. And then if you need to substitute the yarn from different kind of yarn than it is in the pattern, then I have learned that I'm not, this is for me, but maybe for you too, that don't buy some substitute yarn just because it's cheap. Like if you cannot afford some fancy smanchy yarn that someone else uses, then buy some yarn that is more affordable, but what you love, what you like working on, because it's no use knitting on some yarn that you don't like, that you hate, and you think about it all the time. I don't like that. Cause this is something that we love. We have to, or I want to enjoy the process, enjoy wearing these garments. And if the yarn is something that I don't enjoy, then it's no good. Then I've learned that I can modify the projects even after I have finished them. If I don't like the fit, if I don't like something about it, I can like frog something and fix it. Or I can frog the whole garment if I don't like it and use the yarn for something else. Anyway, even if you have to frog something, it hasn't gone to waste because you've learned something. At least I have learned quite a bit. And I think that now I'm at a space with myself, or at the situation with myself, that I can modify patterns with the knowledge that I now have. I can design my own garments. I can design my own patterns. Probably won't like publish anything, but I want to make garments that make me happy, and I'm happy that I can like do something that fits me the way I want them to fit. And yeah, and I've noticed that I actually quite like designing things. I haven't made anything like, I have some things on the go now in my head because I cannot knit, but it really makes me happy that I can design something. But I have no aspirations of becoming a knitwear designer. First of all, because I don't know how to grade, and the thing that I like the least in designing is the math stuff, and grading is just the math stuff. So I don't want to do that. And as this is something that I want to enjoy, so why do that? And the other thing is that, because some people have said to me, well, you can sell your own designs, people outside of this knitwear scene, and then you can make some money. Well, I know really well that it's not something that if you want to become rich, then you shouldn't be a knitwear designer. Because there are, I think, very few that actually like make it big time, or even make it like small time that people know them and they sell some patterns. And it's not easy, it's real hard work, and I don't think that's for me. But I just want to enjoy these things that I make, and maybe can spread these things to my inner circle or the people near me. Yeah, these are the things that I have been thinking today, or these past few days, or because I cannot, it's no use recording a normal podcast episode because I haven't knit anything, or I knit like a bit of things, and then my wrist just started to hurt again. Then I had to stop altogether. So I'll be back with some other videos with knitting things, but maybe not like a podcast right away. But anyways, happy stitches, and I'll hope to see you soon. Bye bye.